So we finally got our first set of little bug fixes and patch notes post final shape. I'm going to skip over most of it except for the armor, weapons, and abilities and accessory changes. So if you would like to know the other ones, I will just post it in the comments or the description, whatever. But first is hazardous propulsion will only override radiant and other similar bonuses when the stat count is high enough to exceed its damage bonus. So, as you know, hazardous propulsion gives you a damage bonus towards rockets. That includes, your rocket sidearms. That includes rocket launchers. That includes the rocket it shoots themselves. Sometimes, if you were radiant and hazardous propulsion was only on, say maybe 1 or 2 stacks, it would still override the buff, which is incorrectly inputted because you obviously want the highest buff, right? And especially with radiant lasting after you walk out of a well, it can be kind of detrimental when you are replacing that buff with something lower or higher. So weapons, there's Weasel Code, there is the Vow of Disciple of Adept Weapons and Not Cost Spoils. I actually didn't know about this. Kind of wish I did so I could, kind of take a little advantage of it. But I didn't. I'm glad it's fixed so no one else can take advantage of it. Fixed an issue where seasonal weapons from the Lightfall year required Lightfall to be craftable. Obviously, don't force this kind of, I don't want you to buy things. This would force you to buy things. Glad it's fixed. Didn't experience this whatsoever. I don't know who exactly are using these right now. That's not in PvP. So if you guys actually did happen to run into this, please let me know in the comments down below. I want to know what the problem was. Abilities. Smoke Bomb would not make players and their allies invisible when Trapper's Ambush is equipped. So it basically made Void Hunter with Trapper's Ambush and their Smoke Bomb useless. I don't know who's using Trapper's Ambush and a Smoke Bomb these days anyway, especially with Prismatic. All the power to them. Fix an issue where picking up a Stasis Shard with the Glacial Harvest aspect equipped would not heal the player. I actually experienced this multiple times. I have a very above average stasis build that I like to use with Hunter and Wicked Implement, and very often I would not get healed, and you'd be asking yourself, why do I feel so squishy? Why am I dying all the fucking time? That's probably a good reason why. So if you're a stasis user, I would go back and test a little to see if you feel a little chunkier. Fixed an issue where Facet of Command reloading behavior could be activated repeatedly with no cooldown. This is the reason why it was disabled in the raid race to begin with. Throw a Bleak Watcher down, or you could just silence and squall an enemy, and you would just have infinite ammo, infinite ammo, infinite ammo. Glad they fixed it. I don't think this is going to impact the Two-Tailed Fox little combo, because Two-Tailed Fox goes by applying a Void debuff. So once it applies that Void debuff, it reloads itself. So glad they fixed it. I don't know what the base cooldown is. I'll have to look it up. I'll probably put it on the screen somewhere. But I feel like it was a little fun. I don't know if they actually should have fixed it, to be honest. Maybe just keep it disabled in certain pieces of content. But I don't know actually how good it was because I didn't use it. And that's about it for the big impactful changes. However, what they didn't put on the patch notes is GM Excision, 12% activity with a fuck ton of champions. That's basically what it amounts to. And Ergosum Catalyst. Now, the Ergosum Catalyst, if reading correctly, whenever you get a kill with a Transcendent Grenade, it gives you ammo back to your sword. I think it's kind of mediocre at best. If you like grenades, if you like Transcendent, and you like Ergosum, go get it. It's from GM Excision. In the end, I think it's a little mediocre, and I think they could have done a lot better, maybe even offering something else. As long as GM Excision gives a lot of loot, golf balls, orange golf balls, enhancement prisms, whatever, I think it'll be okay to run. But 12 people for, like a 30-minute activity, which is probably what it's going to amount to, isn't that great for an Ergosum Catalyst. Also, third thing that is not on the patch notes is the duping of the class items. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can run up to, if you're the same class as your partner in the Exotic Class Item Quest, Dual Destiny, you can both harvest from the same pillar, and then you both get a class item, you run out of bounds, trigger the mission end, you get teleported back to the arena, and you can go claim it again, and then you both get 2 class items. Only if you're the same class. I don't have a video on that. I'll probably make a video on that here soon. But yeah, that's going to be it for the patch notes, guys. I'll have a couple more videos coming out over the next few days. Hopefully we get a little more thick of a TWID later in the week on Thursday. Other than that, I will catch you guys later. Peace.